3, 2, 1.
Thanksgiving is tomorrow and Christmas is just around the corner. You know what that means, plenty of good food. But how can you enjoy a feast and still stay on top of those upcoming New Year's resolutions?
According to the Calorie Control Council, Americans will take in roughly 3,000 to 4,500 calories during the typical Thanksgiving dinner. But the good news, you can still enjoy those holiday staples and stay trim in time for that New Year's party. I spoke to dietitian Morgan Logier of the ShopRite on Freemansburg Avenue in Bethlehem Township, who gave some healthy holiday tips.
I really like to recommend around the holidays not to focus on the holidays as a time to let everything go. So a lot of the time we put our health on the back burner, and it's really important to bring your health back in focus and realize that you can enjoy the holidays but make little small tweaks to make it a healthful holiday as well.
But it can all get confusing quickly. Do you cut calories, avoid carbs? Can fat actually be good for you?
A lot of information can be inaccurate, so it's important to talk to a dietitian if you have a dietitian available to speak with, like myself in our store. But really the focus is on finding healthier options, incorporating fruits and vegetables, getting your whole grains, really making sure you're getting the foods you need in your different food groups.
Luckily, ShopRite offers several free nutritional services for customers.
Part of that is our Well Everyday campaign. That is a program that we offer resources in terms of recipe books that we have every 2 months. We come out with a new one. We also offer free nutrition services with your dietitian. So in our Bethlehem store, that would be me. And I offer free nutrition counseling, which is a full assessment.
November is also National Diabetes Awareness Month. ShopRites are hosting free store tours throughout the month to give tips on how to manage blood sugar. This January, ShopRite is starting a diabetes support group free to the public. ShopRite is the largest supermarket cooperative in the U.S. Each store is owned by a family. The Bethlehem store is owned by the Colillo family of Hunterdon County, New Jersey. The family also owns ShopRite stores in Greenwich, Clinton, and Flemington, New Jersey, as well as the Yardley, Pennsylvania location in Bucks County.
We are actually a family-owned store. We've been in this store in Bethlehem for approximately 4 years, and in the Lehigh Valley over across the bridge in New Jersey for 60 years. So our company is really focused on the community. So what really sets us apart is that we have a dietitian in 140 of our stores, which is really important because that puts us right in the store where the customer is.
Being at ShopRite, I decided to ask for some healthy holiday tips you can incorporate tomorrow.
So Morgan, can you tell me a little bit more about what's out here? It looks like Thanksgiving staples, just a little different, right?
Exactly. So we have some staples, but we tweak them a little bit to make them healthier.
I see cookies here. How can cookies be healthy?
And that's a great question.
Yeah.
So with nutrition, we don't want to leave out our favorite foods, right? Because
Right.
we're probably going to eat them anyway. So we're going to make them a healthier cookie by incorporating roasted squash. And all we did was roast the squash in the oven with a drizzle of olive oil and added that right into the cookie. And we also incorporated a yogurt-based butter.
Whoa, 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 yogurt-based butter? How does that work?
Exactly, yogurt-based. So instead of using just a cream, this butter uses yogurt, so it actually reduces the calories and the fat by 50% and still tastes delicious and creamy, like regular butter.
So you can't even tell the difference.
You cannot tell the difference at
Wow.
all.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I can't even tell that there's squash. Mind you, I love squash, but you can't even tell.
You don't get the squash in there, you really just taste the cookie. So we have some chia seeds in our cranberry
Yeah.
sauce. Chia seeds are fantastic because they are loaded with fiber, protein, and healthy fats. So we like to add them into what dishes we can, and a sauce is a perfect dish to add that to.
The dish also has whole cranberries and 100% cranberry juice, the latter which ensures you only use sugars found naturally in juice and no added sugars. And there's one really special ingredient.
And we sweetened this with a little bit of our Sant honey. I really love this honey because it's straight from the Lehigh Valley. So it's actually right here in Easton.
And of course, how could we forget the main course of any Thanksgiving meal, the turkey?
The turkey. So traditionally we brine a turkey with a lot of sodium, a lot of salt, a lot of water, and what we want to do is avoid all that salt because we know that that's not healthy for us in excess. That's hard if we have any issues with blood pressure, heart disease. We want to avoid that. So instead what we did is we made a butter mixture where we used our unsalted butter, so we have less sodium, and we used half of our yogurt butter, so we cut down on the fat, and we mixed in a number of seasonings. So you can use any seasoning you like, whether that is rosemary, thyme, oregano, sage leaves, and you can see that we put that mixture right underneath our turkey skin. And what that does is it keeps all the moisture inside the turkey, so you have a nice moist meat, and you still have that nice crispy skin on the outside.
For stuffing, Morgan recommends using a mixture of rice and cauliflower rice to reduce carbs, and even incorporating pumpkin seeds or walnuts to add omega-3 fats.
A common part of side dishes are vegetables, and you wanted to talk more about the organic section, right?
Yes, so we have a pretty extensive section for our organic greens here. And one of them that is really nice to incorporate into your holiday meals are these collard greens. They are completely organic, and you can see by their deep green color that they're rich in vitamin K, which we really need for our blood health, so it's an important vitamin to have.
And Morgan even has a baking substitution that might help keep the doctor away.
Sugar is something that adds a lot of flavor, but without adding a real nutrient value. So what you can substitute in place of sugar is applesauce. So that adds that sweetness that you find naturally in the apple, but you get a boost of fiber as well. It also makes your product that you're baking more moist, so it's more enjoyable.
But for this holiday season, there's one general takeaway.
You don't have to cut out the foods you love to live a happy life. And that's why I don't necessarily recommend going on a diet since it's short term, instead making small changes that you can sustain throughout the rest of your life.
If you would like to contact a ShopRite dietitian, you can find the closest one to you by going to www.shoprite.com.
Looks like you can have your pumpkin pie and eat it too. In Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, I'm Karishma Desai, PBS 39 News Tonight.